Hey there. So I just finished building this amazing kit right here, which is Lego's Technic's Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Finished this today after about 13 hours worth of build over 2.5 to 3 days. Wanted to give you a quick tour and give you some of my impressions. This is a massive kit that Lego put out. It's incredibly detailed. It's 2,700 pieces and it is gigantic. But first impressions of it, it's really detailed. It's got a lot of pieces in it. It's got a lot of little touches, lots of great things like the engine moves, the transmission changes with the paddle shifters, which also move. The drive selector moves and actually changes the directions of the gearing and the engine. The pistons go, and it opens up, opens the doors, opens the trunk, opens the hood. Everything is functional. The suspension's functional. You can see it sit down and wait. As you can see for scale, I've got a ruler here. This is a 12-inch ruler, and that is much bigger. The car is much bigger than that. And also for scale, here's just the standard size credit card. It's substantial. You can see all the doors move. It opens up. You got the nice hinge mechanism in there. Closes, opens, and shuts. You got the little handle, which you can move up and down. The side mirrors, those can fold in if you want to not ding anybody when you're parking it. And all in the interior. You got the steering wheel, which actually does turn the front wheels. So you can see that. And then you got the interior of it with the gear selector there. So you can see that moves. That's in drive, that's in neutral, and that's in reverse. You've got the trunk back here, opens up, you can see the 4-liter 6-cylinder boxer engine, or the flat engine, that Porsche's famous for, being in the wrong place. And then up front, you've also got this handy little travel bag, which comes out. So the whole reason you would buy a 911 is to get this bag. That's worth the $100,000 and for part of the asking price. But it is massive, and you got the rear wing, which is bespoke to the GT3 RS. But I don't think the actual car it's actually adjustable. I thought it was a fixed wing. I could be wrong. I've never owned one, so I can't tell. And then another shot of the cockpit. Here's the paddle shifters. Let me see if I can get this working. So you can pull it, you can hear it engage. You can hear it moving around. Unfortunately, and here's one of my complaints with the kit, because of the way the body's built and because of the design of the car, all of the transmission components are underneath this plate. So you can't actually see everything going and moving once you've put it together. So you can kind of see if I flip the car up. The transmission component, or the drivetrain components underneath. And all these do turn and will drive the wheels, so you can see the wheels moving if I pull it. Right now it's going in reverse, but if I change the gear selector going the other way, and I turn the gear in the same way, the wheel now goes in the other direction. So that's pretty cool. And then if I put it in neutral, nothing. There's nothing happening. So I thought that's pretty cool. But my biggest complaint really is some of the detail that's in this kit is a little lost, namely the transmission, which is all under here. You might be able to see it move from here, but it's really difficult to see. But there's a series of levers that actually moves. You can see this is part of the gearing mechanism right here. That's really my big complaint about this kit, is that it's tough to see some of the cool details. But this is a massive, massive kit. I'm trying to give you a look on the front. You got the nice headlights. Now this is something that I did read is, other people were complaining that, the way the body panels work, you get a lot of gaps. I can see that this being a Technic kit, it's not a full solid brick kit, but I'm okay with that. You can see the steering mechanisms in there, and that will turn as I turn the wheel. The other detail that I thought was interesting that's missing is in the actual driver's side, in the footwell. There's no drive pedals down there. There's no accelerator, there's no brake, there's nothing. So you couldn't actually move this if this were a real car. You're also missing a parking brake lever in there. But these are little details that I thought was interesting looking at the kit a little bit later on after I finish building. Looking into the passenger side, you do get the nice little plate in there that is kind of the serial number for the kit. There's special little extras that you get for entering the number in there online on their website, which is kind of cool. I went and took a look at it and it gave me my certificate of ownership. And this isn't completely symmetrical. You do have the fuel filler door on this side, which is not on the other side here. Now let's get a shot of the rear. You get the nice stickers in the back for the Porsche branding. You get the GT3 RS branding there. This does open up. You can kind of see, it's hard to get the engine and the pistons moving from this angle. I did notice this sticker when I put on it said a Mobile 1 sticker on there. It's kind of neat. But yeah, this is an amazing kit. If you're a fan of cars, if you're a fan of Legos, you have a lot of time, patience to put together something like this, absolutely try to seek one out. It is tough to find, however. I managed to get this on day one of release at the physical Lego store. But for my thoughts on the actual kit, let me put the camera down. This was my first Technic kit. I'd never built something like this before, or anything of this complexity of this size. I learned a couple of things. I know that if I try to do something like this again, there's differences that I'm going to do. First of all, definitely sort all the pieces out before I start. When I first did the initial box, which was the complete drivetrain, I messed up a lot. There were a few places where I forgot to put pieces. I mixed the wrong one, put in the wrong size gear, and later on I noticed it and I had to partially or mostly disassemble that component so that I can get to that piece to change it, to fix it. One of the ones that I did have to fix was in the transmission, I forgot to put 2 gears in it to actually link the transmission, the gearbox, to the actual drivetrain. So the drivetrain wouldn't move with the gearbox and the engine. And I thought it was a flaw until I went back into the manual and then looked to see what the differences were, and I found the 2 pieces that I hadn't put in. So that took me about half an hour to fix the next day. Sorting out the pieces would have been a great way to do that. Also taking a look in the manual and actually putting out the pieces I need for each step and making sure I use them all. Sorting them by color would make them very, very easy to find. When I did the first box, I spent a lot of time hunting for pieces. I just emptied the bags into individual bowls as they were, and then I spent a lot of time each step digging through those bowls to find the right piece. Another thing, don't sit down and do this late in the evening when I'm tired, because I was definitely not concentrating well enough to do everything and to find pieces. It was wearing on my concentration quite a bit, especially since I thought it would take me about 3 hours to do that first box, and then ended up taking me 6 late into the morning, and I was ready to pass out. So building today during the day in the afternoon, much better time. Definitely had a great time doing it today. The late in the evening, I was enjoying it, but it was definitely wearing on me physically. Same thing for the following evening when I did box 2. I started early in the later in the evening, but I didn't have to go as long, partially because I actually sorted out all of the pieces and did the color coordination so that it would be easier for me to find pieces rather than digging through 7 bowls trying to figure it out. Other things about this kit, I need to find a place to put it now. This takes up the space on my desk. It's massive. I'm not really sure what I'm going to put it or what to do with it. I'm going to take a lot more pictures, definitely, but I need to figure out where to display this thing. It'd be a shame for me to tuck it into a corner in a box somewhere, but it's a rather large item. I can hold this up and pick it up, and I can barely fit it into the camera. It's big. I didn't realize it would be this massive. I knew it was going to be a large size kit, but I didn't think it would be of this scale. So that's my impressions of this amazing kit from Lego. I do wish they kept the camo color from the original reveal back in January, but the lava orange, or the standard Lego orange, looks amazing. It pops. It's got some nice contrast with the black interior. The racing seats in there look awesome with the orange stripes and the black two-tone. I just know that next time I build the Technic kit, I'm going to be doing things a lot more differently. Definitely going to be sorting, definitely going to be doing it with a fresh and clear mind, not tired from the day, so that I can fully enjoy the build experience. So that's my overview of this amazing kit. And hopefully I'll be building another one. I'll be doing more Legos. So Lego, if you're listening, we want more cars. Give us some more licensed content. 918 Spider would be kind of cool. I know you got that deal with Porsche now, so bring us some more cars. Thanks a lot.